Hey guys, Vita here, Blueberry Hill. So it's February 23rd. I'm beginning to put the planking down on the deck. It's Trex material. I showed you kind of earlier in the week, time lapse. I just put the first board down. That's actually secured. And I'm using this butyl tape stuff that we have, whatever it's called, that they use for metal buildings. It's super sticky, stays super sticky, and it's actually a good sealer. So I'm putting that in the middle. I might actually put another stripe. I don't want to go too crazy with cross striping because I want water to shed. However, we're going to seal between the planks, so I'm not sure that's a big concern. I think just to have it's kind of like I'm using it as a little bit of a cushion in the middle. Just for, I have it, I'm going to use it. So there you go. Anyway, it should go pretty good. I think we have 75 boards. That's more than enough for the deck. And then we're gonna have to do this little seat area as well, and then something with the front. But we'll figure that out later. I don't think I bought enough Trex to do the surround for that. We'll see. Anyway, we'll switch to time lapse and enjoy. Bye. So installing the Trex is fairly simple. I'm actually only doing screws on the very ends, and it's pretty much going to be a kind of a floating floor. I do use some butyl tape, whatever you call that stuff, super sticky, kind of in the middle ridge where you see the white line, and Job from Specialty Roofing, you see the white, the metal edging, and then there's a white membrane which was glued down for additional waterproofing, and that they have a couple of screws in the metal, so they did that, double whammy for water control. And that made the roof hold a tiny bit of water. I put a small slope in it. You can actually kind of see it, but when they installed the metal and the extra membrane, water was being held about a 1/16 of an inch, little puddles here and there. So I decided once you put the decking down, just to screw it on the ends, and use sealant wherever I put screws. And later on, I'm going to seal between the decking. The black 795 Corning sealer between all the boards, so it'll be just one giant deck sealed for water control. Should work. So installing the decking materials, just rinse and repeat. So I believe I either have 75 or 85 of these boards, and they go across the entire deck, no seams, so that made it pretty easy. Here's Angie and I. These are heavy, so it was kind of fun trying to figure out how to get them up there. I almost wanted to use a jib boom, but because they were so floppy, and the railing is up on the deck, I didn't think I could actually clear that very easily. So we did it by hand. It wasn't too much fun. It's a shoulder workout for me. Angie was up there hiking it up, so not a whole lot of fun, but we did it. We get about 20 of them up there, and that gets me going. And then Jake, myself, and Michael, a friend of ours, came over the following weekend, and we put all the boards up there so I could continue installing at free will. So I like tackling the hard stuff first, so I'm doing the door area and going to seal that up. I use sealant on everything, on the corners and the edges that go against those kickouts from the wall. Here I'm cutting a board that goes underneath the actual door. I left enough space just so I could shove this under there, of course with sealant, and that should actually get us nice tight fit. You'll notice at the door there'll be a small gap on the left side as compared to the right side of the door. That's because of the slope of the floor. So here I am, I'm adjusting it. I take it out a couple times, make sure it's cut properly, fits nice. And there's two boards that I didn't install there, just so I can fit it in there, slide it in, put sealant on it, and then I attach the other two boards. So anyway, fairly straightforward. I decided to use a small piece, you see it on the left, just sitting there, rather than using a whole board and destroying the end of it, etc., making it a little harder to install. I used a smaller board, installed, and then moved on from there. Not a big deal. So there we go, sealant's in place. I screw everything down. A couple of these boards I screwed down in the middle. Again, I'm not using screws in the middle of the floor, just for not damaging the TPO. Sealant would probably fix that, but I decided not to put screws in the middle, and so it's a giant floating deck. So here you see me using acetone to clean up the sealant. It actually works, you can work it very nicely with just soapy water. That little container that's in front of me there, or on the side of me, that's used, we dip my finger in there and slide up, work the material real nicely, and then I use acetone to clean any little messes that I make. It doesn't matter how careful you are, there always seems to be a little goopy somewhere, so the acetone makes good work of that. Later on, when I do the bench, you'll see me actually seal the bench area much better with more tape. Actually, I ran out of zip tape, so I just used the vinyl that I have for car vinyl stuff. So anyway, there's me putting butyl tape down. That's just to get the boards off the actual TPO, so that they got a tiny little gap in there. I decided to do that just so the water can, if there's any water in there at all, it'll run off. So we'll be good. So after doing the door area, I'm back on the doing the main deck part. There you see all the planks finally up on the roof. We took 2 days off to help out a friend of mine. We were wrapping his car, race car. So Jake, myself, and Michael, we wrapped his car for, it took 2 days. It was a good time. Anyway, here I am back at doing the rest of the deck. I finish everything this day, so yay. And then I can move on to doing the trim work and finally finishing all that up. So yeah, here's the last board. I basically just trimmed for the posts. I didn't show you, but I used a hole saw to make nice round holes. Then I cut them out with the jigsaw, and then I'm adjusting to make sure everything just slides into place, and then I can screw it down. And you see on the left there, you see Angie running around collecting brush from the big freeze we had a month back. Knocked down a whole bunch of branches and trees and stuff, so we're cleaning the property up a little bit. But anyway, well, she is. I'm doing the deck, she's doing the cleanup, so yay, tackling two things at once. But anyway, last board, so that ends this. And then the next day I come back and start doing the bench. And then I finish that up and I'll start doing the trim work around the deck. So we're getting there. The bench was fairly easy. I just had to figure out how to put the boards in place so that they would look nice. The decking planks, they have a nice colored edges, but of course when you cut it, the cut edge is not really pretty. So I wanted to make sure I was going to cover all that in some fashion with minimal trim. So I figured that out, and then I finally put the bench top on, and then I use sealer. We'll be using sealer in a minute here, but I'm pre-drilling all the holes. Here's the pre-drill part, and then I put all the screws in, and then later on I come back and use the sealant again and make it all nice and tight. There is a slight slope to the bench too, so water should run off quite easily and make the water shed pretty good. So here's a bit of a closer look on me doing the sealant and the gaps. I basically did everything. Any gap, I put sealant in it. Then I used, of course, the acetone to clean everything up, make it nice and you know, ungooped up. So the decking it's nicely rounded over, so the sealant goes into the cracks very nicely. And actually, within a couple days, the color of it will match the planks pretty nicely. So, pretty happy with how the result was. They have different color of this sealant, but black seems to be a pretty good color. They have a gray, which would have probably stood out a little bit too much. So, I went with the black, and I think it looks pretty good. So yay, we're almost there. So the bench is done, and she's helping me put the first few pieces of trim on. Basically, I bought some more planks, 12 footers. They're a little bit different than the 20 footers. They're a little more square, but it's a hit and miss on that one, I think. Anyway, I ripped, they're 5.5 inches wide. I split them down the middle, and that's the edge trim that I'm using. So it looks pretty nice. It's not huge, it's not like a big header board, so fantastic. So anyway, here you see me using clamps on a couple pieces of wood to hold the trim in place. I pre-drill holes, and then I screw them in, and we're good to go. So pretty quick work of that. You'll see me, here's a little commercial for dogs. Boy, is Riley ever big. We've had her almost 2 months, I think. So there she is. Yay. The dogs like the deck, that's for sure. So here I'm using my cutoff wheel to actually trim the boards. Some of them weren't quite perfect, so I wanted to make sure that the trim was going to be nice and flat. The cutoff wheel worked very well. I couldn't get a saw in there because obviously the railing's in the way, but just the order of things, that's how it worked out. Here's a closer look at what I'm doing with the trim. I basically measure between the posts, drill a couple of holes, hold it up with the clamps, pre-drill all the holes to the decking, and then I put the screws in. So fairly easy. And the cuteness is incredible. Look at the little puppy. She's watching me work. Alright, we're getting there. So now, final step, this is March 8th. I'm actually blowing out the cracks. All the sawdust that cutting these things made, a lot of it fell between the cracks. There's no way to get that stuff out except to blow it out. I used my little air compressor and started blowing all the stuff out. There's quite a bit of junk in there, including leaves, etc., just in a couple days. So I think it'll be a good thing once we seal this up, that stuff won't get in there anymore. And actually I like what I'm doing because not only do I seal the deck up and make watershed, but there won't be any dirt and crap in there that falls out of the sky, and all the dirt that flies around with the wind would get trapped in there. Since the TPO is right there, it would probably eventually just gunk up. So anyway, this prevents that. Here you see me doing the sealant. This is kind of a redo of what I was doing. You see the older sealant is right in front of us, and it looks really nice. So it kind of dirts up, becomes almost the same color as the deck itself. I kind of got the rhythm in this. I got better and better with the sealant, trying to not do too much mess, and just drive the sealant between the planks. This was a little bit more goopy than I wanted, but I got the hang of it later on for I guess another 5 or 6 of those tubes, and everything worked out. So as I mentioned before, the water, soapy water, is great for putting it on your finger and actually working the material so it's nice and smooth. Basically, you have to push it into the cracks, right, and it becomes nice and smooth. They call it tooling. Works great. And then any little mess, the acetone. The boards don't care about the acetone, which is kind of incredible. Acetone eats through everything, but not the boards. So whatever this stuff is, it's pretty hardy. But anyway, rinse and repeat. This was not fun. My back was killing me after this, and so were my knees, because you basically have to get right on it and put the sealant in there, clean everything up, and it's just a messy job. So not too much fun, but I think it's going to be a good performance to the deck. And it's going to be quieter as well. So remember, it's a floating deck, so putting the sealant in actually locks all the boards together as well. So anyway, me likey, I had to order 12 more sealant tubes, small ones. The big ones are not available yet. Hey guys, Rita here, Blueberry Hill. So this is March 8th. I just finished, well, I didn't finish. I used up all the sealant that I had, and I'm actually sealing. You saw me seal the between the decking boards. I'm sure that's not a normal thing, but this is construction sealer. It's not silicone like you find at Home Depot. This is a Corning, Dow Corning 795 black sealer. It's the same stuff I used on the windows. It's commercial grade stuff that they do aluminum windows to whatever, and you can actually see it, you know, on the edges of the windows and stuff, and it's holding out really well. So I decided to do put it between the decks, and that'll shed all the water off the deck. I have the TPO on top of the roof here, so that sheds it, but it holds a little bit of water just because it's not nicely sloped all the way out, mostly because when we did the metal trim around the thing and put another membrane there, it holds, I'll say, 1/16 of an inch of water, and I don't want it to sit there. So I'm making this, it'll fall over the edges and we don't have to worry about it. Double protection, that's what I'm calling it anyway. So we got TPO plus the decking material plus sealed gaps, and the sealer, it actually looks real nice once it dries. It's a little shiny black right now, if you can see that. Once it dries, it looks like this area here, and it almost blends into the whole deck, and that is 100% waterproof. We had a little bit of rain the other day from a storm from West Texas. It got cold and windy, super windy, and left a bunch of brown dirt everywhere. The same stuff you see on the railing here is pretty much everywhere. So I washed off the garage door the other day just because it was all gooped up. But anyway, that's it for this. I can't do any more. I did all the trim work. You saw me do that. So the deck is finished as far as the material is concerned, the decking material. I trimmed everything. Everything's ready to roll. Now we're waiting for the metal panels to put on the building, and I have a couple little things to finish inside, but nothing big. So we'll kind of hit that with video on and off, and we'll see where we go. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. We'll talk at you later. Ciao.